The appraisal's big.
Appraisals
He
are
had the
big.
appraisal done and it was only $500,000. So he's mad because the appraisal is only $500,000 and Zillow has it $680, and I'm only offering exactly what he was asking, $485.
Yes.
But then when he was gone out of the picture, we had to have it reappraised for the bank loan. It came in less than the $500,000. So why are the appraisals? And I've heard that from a lot of people, that appraisals are coming in less. What's going on?
They are. So I've been investing 18 years, and in all those years, one appraisal has come in low, and it was the Zillow house. I'm not going to tell you about yet. I will eventually tell you about that story. But it came in low. The appraisal came in low, and there were very specific reasons. But this year, I've been a realtor 11 years, and this year is the first year I've had appraisals come in low, 2 of them, and both within the last 6 months. So I did ask around, what in the world is going on? Well, we know back when the market crashed everywhere nationally, appraisers got very conservative. Many went off to prison. You know, they want to be very careful. There was a lot of fraud, a whole lot of fraud. I will share this story with you right now. There was a house, there was a fix and flip that we were doing, my old partner and I, and there was an appraisal done on it that said it was worth $350,000. Well, I found out later, and I don't want to give too many details right now, because it's a touchy situation for some people out there still. So to keep private, what I will tell you is that house was not worth $350 when it was purchased. It was worth $350 after it was rehabbed with about $50,000. So it should have been sold at about $300. But because the seller had an appraiser in their pocket, this is the kind of stuff that happened a lot. They pay them for the appraisal. They give them too high of one. They go ahead and sell it for that because unsuspecting buyers and even sometimes real estate investors, comps, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, comps are not 100% effective. They're kind of like cars. Somebody might buy a 2013 Hyundai Sonata right now for $20,000, and somebody might buy one for $17,000. What's the difference? Is it the same car? What if it's an identical car? Why would somebody get it for 20 and somebody get it for 17? For the same reason that real estate does that, because it depends on what options it might have. Even if it's identical options, it can be the seller's desperate to sell it. They just got transferred with the military or with a job or whatever. They can't afford the payment anymore. So they sell it just for what they owe at the 17. Somebody else might be able to sit on the car for a little while. And so they can wait and get $20,000 out of it. Real estate is no different. So you've got, let's say 10 of those that have sold in the last month in your area. And you're trying to decide, what do I really want to pay for this Sonata? I want to buy one, but these prices are everywhere from 17 to 20. I'm not going to go above 18. Do you think you can find one for 18? Probably if you look long enough, right? But if you're in a hurry, maybe you pay the higher price. It depends again on needs. What are the buyer's needs? Do I need a car right now? Do I need to wait and get a better deal? With real estate, with values, with appraisals, both of those are discretionary to a degree. So that house that one appraiser might appraise, and this has literally happened. I had listed a property up in Heber Valley, and one appraisal came in at $250,000. The other one came in at $170,000.
Oh my gosh.
I had never seen 2 appraisals so far apart. Usually they're like $5,000 off. And there are times, I had an FHA buyer one time, and their appraisal came in just like right where they needed it. But this FHA loan required 2 appraisals. I didn't even know that at the time. That specific program said they can't just get 1 appraisal. They have to get 2. So I guess FHA was really covering their hind ends for some reason. And so they got the other one, and it came in a little bit different. And the buyers were mad, and they didn't understand. Why does one appraiser do one way and one another way? Well, all the basics might be the same. The square footage, the age, the lot, all of that. The Rambler style versus a 2-story. So you've got all those variables. But maybe one had a 2-car garage with a workshop in the back of it and extra storage, and they valued that for $1,000 more than just a basic 2-car garage. There might have been a hot tub, something. So there's all these little variations that can adjust the appraisal. And so it literally depends on how the appraiser looks at it, how risky that appraiser wants to be or how conservative they want to be. And a lot of it, honestly, is the lenders. So you could have gotten an appraisal ordered from one lender, and their appraisers in general, or their banking rules in general, are more conservative. So they come in at 450 instead of 465. Sometimes you've got banks and credit unions in general that are more conservative than a mortgage broker's office. So if you have a mortgage broker that says, here's our value, this is what we need, if the appraiser feels like they can ethically value it at that price, they will. And if the people lending the money to whoever that institution is, whether it's a bank, a credit union, a mortgage broker who shops your loans around to different places, depending on who's loaning that money and how conservative they want to be, they may say yes or no. So it's not just one appraiser, and it's not just what the seller says it's worth, and it's not any one thing. It's a variation of a lot of things, and so it's hard to say.